YouTube, what up? How is it going? Welcome everybody to another Osiris cast. Boy, oh boy, this one's gonna be a fun one today. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a pretty nice matchup coming up ahead. There are really only two matches happening at this time, and quite frankly, we've seen Lost. Well, we've seen Lost and TOC, both the 903 alliances in action. But that's a but. Now they got to help each other out to make it out of the playoffs into the top 16 of the realm of Bassets. They have another friend, another two teams really playing at the same time that they are. There's really, I think that these are the only teams that play at these times. And that is, well, T2A and I guess 48 HB and Lost with K81. They're literally only four teams, like only four teams in Osiris League, in the whole of League, in all of the what would be 128 teams, or better yet, 64 matches happening in Osiris League in today, the day of Sunday the 23rd, May 23rd. Only four teams, two matches are at this time. Quite frankly, very abysmal, very, very bad. I can tell you for a fact. Oh boy, is this subscriber thing going to start going crazy? That's going to be a pain in the butt, which we're going to cancel momentarily if it keeps going like that. But I can tell you, this is a pain in the butt and a half. Oh yeah. That's definitely not. Let me get rid of it real quick, because that is not right. It's just popping up old ones, right? Yes, it is. Where is it? Stream alerts. Goodbye. Okay. T2A is Drago's team, correct. I don't understand how in a whole league that has 64 matches going on, only two are at 7 UTC. It makes no sense in my brain that there is no NA teams that want to play at 19 UTC. Whatever. Do you think Lost will win? Probably. The more than likely outcome is that Lost will win. K81 are fighting for their placement, potentially a potential placement in Group F playoffs. But in all reality, it's a 2-2-1 situation. They're fighting to attempt to get a 2-2-2 going on. The problem that in this particular scenario, for a 2-2-2 to work, it would have to be a 2-2-2-1, right? I don't think every scenario, it can't be a 2-2-2-0. And so that means that essentially for the 2-2-2 to be real, both UN and K81 are going to have to win to stop the other two teams from leaving the 2 scenario. Now the pickle with that is, unfortunately so for the boys in UN88, is that they're not necessarily having the best season. They narrowly lost to 81K. They got destroyed by both the 903 teams. And so now it's like, and they've already lost, right? They've already lost TOC. So TOC got their 2. They are clear. It is done. Now, for that to be a 2-2-2-0, okay, sorry, I didn't notice that TOC already played. My bad. So it's going to be a 2-2-2-0, potentially. But there's a 20K differential for TOC right here. So Lost is going to have to lose by quite a lot. Now, here's the big pickle, right? Here is the elephant in the room. If we go take a quick peek at alliances and net points for the record are how you break a 2-2-2 tie. And we go look in the realm of Bassets for these teams. TOC is 22K points up. Lost is 13K points up. And 81K is minus 2,877 points. So they're not only going to have to, they're going to have to beat Lost by what this would be. Let's do quick maths, you know what I'm saying? Get that quick calculator going on. They would have to essentially offset this, which would technically mean that they would need to bring them down by half. Okay, so I'll explain the math in a second. Let me just do it really quickly. So it's 2,877 to get to 0 plus 13,600. So they need 16,444, but they need that divided by 2. They're going to have to beat WIB for the win. Q, congrats on the win. And thank you for the $5 super chat. They're going to have to beat Lost by 8,239 points or more. If they manage to beat Lost by 8,239 points or more, then Lost is going to get eliminated and K81 will win instead. Let's go into the match and I'll explain why that is right now. So the match is already going. Yoink. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ark of Osiris cast of tonight. Osiris League Season 4 brought to you by Gecko Gaming. We're looking at Lost versus K81. K81 fighting for a spot in the playoffs while Lost are trying to secure their own. If Lost lose by less than 8,239 points, they still make it through. If K81 pull out all the breaks and pull a miracle, or, well, pull a great game and beat them by over 8,239 points, K81 might yoink a spot away from either from Lost or TOC. Well, it was Lost, right? That had the lowest cumulative. And so, with that comes a big problem. How does this work? And explain a little bit more how this exists. Essentially, if a 2-2-2 scenario is there, what Lilith then does is it calculates the difference between all the different, the differentials in the team. Oh, wait, the match is already undergoing? We're already coming out? Yeah, we are. Cool. So it calculates the points difference between all the different matches. It calculates what your final net points are, positive and negative, and whoever the top 2 points make it to the next stage. And that's pretty much that. And so 8,239 points is the magic word, is the magic number that the boys need to hit in order to secure a spot. Winning is not enough. K81 is going to have to pull all the stops. And so far, they're a little bit behind. In the beginning of the match, usually, but they make it up real quick. In the beginning of the match, you usually pick up the outposts and obelisks and whatnot. Cheeky play by 81. That is the correct play to make. They called hard push as soon as possible. And what that did is it created a scenario where the homies in Lost are going to need to wait 3 minutes total to get their outposts, while hard push was used by K81. Hard push drops the amount of time you need to wait for occupation by a minute. So even though they are picking up the buildings later than Lost are, they are going to actually secure their points about a minute-ish earlier than Lost are. And therefore, they're going to be able to teleport a little bit quicker. They're going to be able to get on the field a little bit quicker and gain points. What happened to LIG? Nothing. Nothing happened to LIG. At server resets, the placements will correct themselves. 8,239 points is the key right there. By the looks of it, the folks in Lost have not. Yeah, they did. Maybe they did, right? They did now use hard push. It looks like they did. It looks like they did turn on hard push a little bit late after those 2 outposts were already taken. But it's not a big deal. Obelisks are now at the same time-ish. And so the beginning of the match is looking fairly cookie cutter like it usually does. All the initial buildings are already occupied. Hard push is on. And now comes the play. Where are the marches going in order to initiate the initial fights? Lilith, for the love of everything, allow players who spectate to get out of simplified graphics. There is no unsimplified graphics on spectate mode, but there is in-game when you play. Lilith, for the love of God, let us spectate with full things. For crying out loud. I've been asking for this for 3 seasons now. Oh boy, big boy hit, massive hit. Lost pick up a obelisk away from, and there was no one here. Sinith yoinks with a T1. Cao, the obelisk away from K81. Oh boy, that is not what K81 want to see. They're also losing an outpost right there. There's someone being a nuisance and just causing issues. Lost have people, baby raccoon, flying around with T1 Cao all over the place, trying to grab buildings away, and they did. They managed to grab the obelisk away from K81, and as a result, K81 is going to be delayed on teleports. They have the same amount of teleports, curiously enough, as it's the beginning, but they cannot use their teleports on the bottom obelisk just yet, only on the top one. This will slow down the bottom side's work, and at the same time, as you might notice, these folks have marching across the teleport field. If you want to teleport right here, right now, you cannot do that. This is a very, very big rookie mistake. It's delaying people from being able to teleport. And I promise to you, as soon as these guys move away, someone will TP in here. And that someone should have already been on the field. But instead, he or she are waiting for the marches to go through the teleport field. Big, big no-no. You do not do that. And even bigger no-no, nobody's teleporting here, which is a bit questionable at best. The front row of teleports is where you should be. And unfortunately, it looks like the folks in red are not about that life. But they are about the life of coming in this side, which is a little bit questionable at best. Teleports still remain for the red team. Blue team has one as well. Outposts being traded by both teams. And the red team is being a nuisance as well back here. They are taking away, with rallies, outposts from Lost in blue. Very nice plays right there. Securing these different outposts with a small rally. 2 people get in that rally and just let it yoink go away. But the buildings open up. Massive take here by Lost. They take a Shrine of Life away from the red team, but they don't take anything else. The Shrine of War has still not been occupied. Finally occupied. This map is looking like a checkers board on a Christmas morning. What is this? Red buildings on the blue side, blue buildings on the red side. What on earth is going on? The blue team is not going to be able to hold on to the Shrine of Life. Not enough. Not for long enough. But as long as they are taking away a minute, 30 seconds worth of occupation, those are points they're taking away from the team in red, who, by the way, are now 30 points per minute in the lead in the points per minute game, while they're down about 70, 80 points. That'll correct itself within a couple of moments as the buildings start occupying, and the points per minute lead still remains in the red team's hands. They're now going to take their Shrine of Life that really is requiring a ton of presence to get rid of. A minute, if not 2, taken away from this Shrine of Life, which is 80 points that K81 have not made and will not be making in time. And that will offset back the points per minute game, as you can see right there. 70 points per minute in the lead for the blue team, and that's partially because of the Shrine of Life. But here's the deal. Now there are more red buildings than blue ones. Now things are getting a little hairy. The points per minute game went down to 10 points. The folks in red are trying to secure their own desert altar and their own sky altar in the process. The folks in blue are pretty much in the same deadlock. Everybody trying to secure their main primary buildings, the big point per minute buildings, the sky altar, and the desert altar. Momentarily, all the buildings will be occupied and secured, and now it's going to be about who takes whose buildings first. And it looks like the Shrine of War is about to get major pressure. The folks in Lost are bringing down the team in blue, coming down with a massive force and a rally onto the Shrine of War. And the forces out here looking at making a move towards middle are backing off to try to defend this and hold on. Folks are on the open field ready for this. The priority has to be to get rid of this rally coming up. Infantry rally. This needs to go down before the swarm comes in, or else it's going to be major trouble. But the open field decides to go after the swarm and let the rally do its thing. The rally is literally hitting a Sun 2 holding a building, for crying the hell out loud. This is definitely how you win a 8,300 point lead, right? With a Sun 2 holding on to the damn building. However, remember that this is not the realm of Anubis. These guys don't have Attila Takedas. They don't have Zenobias. They don't have anything. They have Season 1 and Season 2 commanders. And so we're not looking at no Season of Conquests whatsoever. The garrison could definitely be better, but a Sun 2 is not terrible. That is better. A Charles Martel at the helm is definitely what you want, especially with a swarm coming in. We're not looking for Zenobias. We're not looking for Attila Takeda rallies. But what we are looking for is a Charles Martel, is a Constantine behind him, because that's the garrison that you really want in these kinds of situations. The red team seems to be bailing out of their Shrine of War. I think they realize that there's a huge presence here that they really are going to have a very tough time coping with, and they really want to get into the middle. The problem with going into the middle without the Shrine of War is that you're going to be down a 5% attack and defense, which is the buffs you get from your Shrine of War. which is now officially gone to the blue team. And now the red team have to focus on swarming it back down. They are still in the lead by 100 points every single minute, and they are 200 points in the lead overall as they've secured their first occupations wherever they needed, gained the points in the early stage, and now comes the brawl for taking their Shrine of War back and then hustling towards the middle. While that's going on, an aggression on the Desert Altar is not going to be successful. A rally without any open field presence is not very helpful. Asadi is not being any helpful either. Swarming a rally that was 100% destroyed by the building is actually bad for you. What you want to do is you don't want to swarm the rally. You want to make sure that your building can handle the rally and then just let it keep hitting. The longer it keeps hitting, all those marches in the rally are stuck in a rally that is 100% lost. And so if you kill them quicker, they can come home quicker, relaunch quicker, and have a new chance at beating you. The longer you allow a rally to keep hitting a building, especially a rally that you know will not beat your building, like this rally, for example, will not beat the building. This guy swarming it essentially allows iNuke to come back home and re-rally this quicker. If he wasn't swarming it, the building, and he just refills the building will take care of the rally, and at the same time, iNuke will get stuck here for a very, very, very long time, and essentially everybody in that rally will have one march down in the overall action. So you don't want to be swarming rallies, and you want to make sure that unless you have to, unless there's a swarm coming in, and then you got to get rid of the rally first. But if you know the rally is not going to win, then there's no point in sending it home quicker so it has a new chance to hit you. 200 points in the favor of the team in red, and they're also 60 points per minute worth of a lead. But the middle is about to open in 1 minute and 50 seconds. The blue team already has some presence here, but the red team is about to start pouring in. Red team also have their Shrine of War re-secured, which is a really good thing for them. And it looks like, their Shrine of Life is being aggressed on, but nothing very serious, especially if there are enough refills in here. And again, they can allow this rally to just keep hitting, keeping Sinith stuck in here for good. That could be a really good thing. They are also aggressing on the Sky Altar. Sky Altar with a great big swarm and a rally in here as well. This building is very weak. It could go down. This could be crucial for Lost because they are going to be fighting for the middle. And if they lose this building right now and also have to take care of the middle, this will split their forces and their attention, which can be very, very bad for them. At this stage, it looks like they're holding very well. There's a good swarm here taking care of the swarm. Zeus's rally is about to go down, and there it goes. Building keeps getting refilled, and as much as there was a potential in here for a good aggression by K81, this building looks very well secured by Lost, and this was critical. If they lost this building, see what I did there? If they lost this building, then they would have been 150 points down while having to send troops into the middle, scrambling to get their building back. If it gets occupied, then it's even worse because that's 300 points per minute. And here we go. You usually know when the middle is about to pop off, when the skills are being popped. Blue team pops their skills. Red team just now goes ham on the skills as well. And here we go. The fight is on. Red versus blue in the middle. I see a lot of blue faces, but so far, first Frowny, we're looking at a 1-for-1 trade Frownies wise. 2-for-1 trade. Red team doing much better so far. And, well, by a 2-for-1 ratio, right? But the fight is happening on the red team's side, and the arc is about to pop in 4 seconds. Nobody is nearby this to pick up the arc. They need an arc carrier right now, and the arc carrier comes in from the blue side, and he is so far away. Baby Raccoon is so far away from any other action that by the time he picks it up, people are not going to be near him. He can just dip, and he's going to gain massive ground. Oh, Baby Raccoon is gone. Baby Raccoon is gone. The trades were fantastic for the red team, but they just fought way ahead of the altar of the arc altar, and that gave Baby Raccoon a free clear passage to pick up the arc and just dip and gain a ton of ground. And in the process, now the red team has to focus on the arc carrier. In the meantime, while they're running towards the arc carrier, all the other marches just converge on them and pick them off one by one with a huge move. Look at that move on that arc. K81 picking up the arc is good news. They need to start backpedaling it back home. Nobody dropped the arc carrier just yet, and he's not moving either. He just stood there. The arc didn't move a single step. You pick up the arc, but you don't move. 2 thumbs up. That's how you win arcs, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're back into a fight to see who picks up this arc. There are people trying to do so. Who gets it now? The blue team does. Red team needs to swarm this arc carrier as soon as possible. The way you find the arc carrier, click on the top left on the Arc of Osiris, and bam, Smelly Skelly is carrying the arc and is carrying it well. That Alex is just hauling it, and he's making a lot of ground. This is going to be extremely tough for the team in red to come back from. They still can, because while this is all going on, they took a Desert Altar away from Lost, which puts them at a points per minute lead of 150 points, and they're still gaining more and more. They're going to get a good 400 points out of that, and they pick up the arc as well, which is another delay. They're backpedaling it. Arc drops, but great job by K81. They're making sure that Lost don't think that they won this and just go away. They're making sure to keep some pressure in here so that they can keep playing the buildings game. They're still up 200, almost 250 points per minute and now they're 150 points per minute in the lead. Smelly Skelly yet again picks up the arc, and I don't think anything can stop this person at this point from carrying the arc out of here. Very few red marches remaining, including a couple of backstabbers, interestingly enough, coming in to at least cause some pain. That is what you want to do. You want to cause some delays. You want to cause some issues. You want to keep the blue team on its toes. You don't want them to feel comfortable with their arc carry so that they don't spread out to defend buildings yet again. A rally being sent by itself with a swarm coming in to help kill the rally is something you don't want to do. This swarm is a bit too late, and now it's time to back off in this swarm and relaunch another rally. While that's going on, Lost are also sending swarms into the Desert Altar unsuccessfully. Red team picking up a Shrine of Life and dropping the points per minute of the blue team yet again, who are now down 230 points every single minute. Blue team are picking up a 3,000 point arc, which is fantastic news. But the problem is they're down in the points per minute game, and now they're coming down to 400 points worth of a deficit that they need to close. So the 3,000 point arc is now only a 2,600 point arc. And for every minute that goes by, it's 230 points less. And so it's not less, but the advantage that you gain, the lead you gain out of it decreases. It's still worth 3,000 points, but the lead that you'll gain from delivering the arc goes down drastically. As now, we're almost 500 points differential, 2,500 point lead potential for the team in blue. The team in blue is catching up, though. They're picking up some outposts. They're being a pain in the butt. They're not letting the team in red feel too comfortable with the points per minute lead. 40 minutes remaining in this match. We're going to take a quick peek on the phone on the other match very fast to see what is going on out there with the folks in T2A and let you guys know what the score is momentarily. But for now, red team are still in the points per minute lead. War Drums. Okay, that's all. All of that is lag. All of that was middle. I was like, War Drums? Where? But no, all that is delayed. All that is middle, right? Did you just... I am so... Because I didn't also see where they got dropped on the map. So I'm guessing and hoping and praying that came from the middle fight, and it was just a little bit delayed. Blue team is coming back into the defense, and they're actually on the offense up on the top. Sky Altar being aggressed on with a nice swarm and a rally, but there's a swarm to defend the building, and this building is looking almighty secured. Let's go take a peek and see what is going on in the realm of Bassett as T2A are up 9,700 points to the 6,100 of 48 HB. This is not necessarily the close, tight-knit match that you would... not a close match, too close of a match, but it's also not a blowout right now. If we go into the match really quickly and see what's going on, neither team has delivered the arc yet. The blue team just lost control of the arc. They own it, and they have it up on the top. So they are 10,000 points, plus they have the ability to deliver an arc for 3,000 points. And so, yeah, it is a pretty decent blowout indeed. I thought for a second maybe there was a little bit of a dream, but there was none. The dream has been Dragosianed out. Lost are taking a three-way swarm onto their Desert Altar, and now they're firing back. They're like, all right, boys, let's take this Shrine of War. We need to take away all of these buffs from them. But guess what? The rally was a bit too early, and the swarm is already here to get rid of the rally before the open field swarm comes in to swarm the building. This will give enough time for the defense to get rid of the rally, maybe even bring a couple of extra troops here, and now start picking off one by one these marches that are aiming at the building. Aiming at the building, very, very, very tough. Very, very tough indeed. And at this stage, I mean, all of these lost marches, they're coming in for the swarm, but there is red presence here. The red team needs to focus a little bit more on the infantry, on the archers primarily. The archers are the ones that are going to do the most damage to this Charles Martel if it's an infantry defense. And so the archers coming down will bring significant pressure off of Charles Martel. And from there, going for the infantry, which are doing one-to-one trades with the building. And finally, the Cavs are the ones that are taking 20% extra damage from the building just for the fact of it being infantry against cavalry. Even though they do a lot of damage, I would probably leave those for last unless you see like a nice leveled up Khan in here, which you don't want doing a 30% chance on hitting you twice. So far, the blue team decides to hold on to the arc as they're now 700 points in the hole, 3,000 points banked in Skelly's march, but say no more. Holden Monster coming in with a rally on an obelisk, trying to take this obelisk away. Shouldn't be a doable thing, especially not with an archer's rally. With an open field swarm coming to the sky altar, not very successfully. Lost seem to be able to hold onto their buildings when middle's not going on very, very well. But while middle's going on, they slipped up a little bit. And those are the opportunities that the team in red needs. They need the slip-ups from Lost in order to be able to kick them off their game a little bit and then move on into the middle. With all this presence, the folks in K81 seem to be ready to make a stance. It's 9 minutes until the team in blue can deliver the arc, and then another 8 minutes for that countdown. So I can see the red team now gearing up for a red push. Now here's the problem. Obelisk, lost. Big issue. One teleport still available, and in a 30 versus 30, one teleport still available, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who have yet to teleport. This is bad news. These guys they're out of marches, and they are letting this obelisk just keep ticking down and just losing their teleporting capabilities. And this is not even full. This is a nuisance march that just tapped and went. Someone needs to grab this obelisk. If K81 allow it to get occupied by Lost can literally TP in here. And we can see a replay of last time when Lost made a huge move onto the TPs. How is nobody seeing that their own obelisk is taken? I mean, you're about to take some teleports into the face, and this is going to be rough. There's 60,000 people in this. I mean, there it is. Here comes the blue occupation. Good morning, Haywood. Congrats for your waking up. But guess what? Lost are already here. What are you doing? Lost are already here, and now they want to try to get rid of some people out of here, push them back. I mean, they can now refill the obelisk, no problem. Now you realize your obelisk was taken half an hour later? Oh my god, and that's how the red team slowly crumbles. Desert Altar goes down to the blue team, and Lost are starting to really turn on with all cylinders, baby. Their arc, did they drop the arc? They did the little trick to drop the arc, or they secured it? No, they didn't secure it. Oh, we definitely crashed. Nicely done, Lilith. Not a problem. We get back momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. Give us just a second as we get into the game. Anyway, I don't know what the blue team is doing. They can just, at this point, literally run with a match. The red team just fell asleep on an obelisk. 64k march in the obelisk. Someone literally scouts the obelisk before hitting the obelisk. Who the hell does scout? Who scouts an Ark of Osiris? Send your marches out. Swarm the building. Get it done. What are you waiting for? And now they're in huge problems because 2 people teleported, and that's not going to be the end of it. There's going to be like 4 to 5 people teleporting. I can promise to you that. This is not going to be I'm just going to send a couple people in here and I'm saying, and just, that's, of course not. We get back into the match, which was extremely close until it isn't anymore because the points per minute lead is on the blue team side by well over 300 points, 350 points to be exact. Finally, the red team is like, we might want our obelisk back. But guess what? You have King Kong with 94 million power and Otto with 132 million power, who are literally just going to keep swarming the life out of this building. Do you realize how many people are now going to have to spend their time and their attention on making sure this building is protected, while this guy can literally send 5 marches, swarm nonstop on this obelisk, 1.5 million T5s every single time? Look at how many marches. There's 2 more marches coming in here, but I mean, the man doesn't care. I mean, he's going to lose troops, no problem. He has 131 million power. He has plenty of troops to keep doing this all match long. He can keep doing this all match long. What are you doing, K81? How do you even allow this to happen? 20 seconds until the occupation comes back into the favor of, oh boy, and then knockdown is being used by, oh my goodness gracious, knockdown for a Sky Altar with a rally coming in and a bunch of open field presence. Oh boy, K81 is in a world of trouble. The likelihood of this Sky Altar coming down is very likely, although K81 have some presence coming in. There's marches that need to make it into the building. If this building falls, ooh, that's going to be really, really off to come back from. But it is skilled up, which means damage is being done. There's I-Tank comes out to refill. Nope, you're too far away, homie. And there goes the building. Sky Altar, Shrine of Life, all go out to the blue team. And the red team, which had a sliver of hope, are now down 400 points and an arc, which is another 3,000 points. And, I mean, they're garrisoning the obelisk with a Ethelfled, so you really know things couldn't get worse than that. In this scenario, what the guys here are doing is the correct play. Swarming the building, swarming the swarm while defending the building is the best play you can make. Unfortunately, it sucks, but it has to be done in order to slow down the pain. Now, King Kong is now starting to set up his own swarm, and these guys are just literally, all they got to do is continually keep taking this obelisk away, being a nuisance in this obelisk. There's people in here that are not doing anything but defend the obelisk. And from there, if they pick up the obelisk again, start zeroing people out of here. 64 million power player, 84, 79. All you got to do is you got to get that first burn. Definitely a 64 million that you can get rid of, a 78 that you can get rid of. I wouldn't go for these big boys. Hard push being used, 65 million, 72 million. There's definitely people here that can get pushed. Look at them both now swarm this building. Once these 2 guys swarm this building, it's going to be an insanely uphill battle. It's going to require massive amounts of forces to come in. And there's a rally also launched, which the 2 of them can join, and they did. So that's on top of the open field situation. There's now a rally on this obelisk. Man, this obelisk is going to be the death of this team, as they're down 320 points every single minute, and they're also down 1,000 points worth of a lead, and now there's a 14-minute timer. The red team, why people don't watch casts? Why do people not watch casts? We sweat our balls out to create insanely fun casts that are extremely informative. K81, I explained last cast of the teams that you're playing with. You could have done your intel. You could have done your research on this match by watching my last cast, and you would realize that what you're doing, trying to pick up the arc when it's on the blue side, resets the clock every single time. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. What do you think? Rose, what do you think you're gonna do? What do you think you're gonna do? You're gonna pick up the arc. Congratulations, heroes! Woo! You're the arc carrier, and now you drop it, and the timer resets. Where are you going with this? Where are you going with this? What? Yeah, let me just march it to where? What are you guys doing here? Oh my god. I'm gonna have an aneurysm. I'm gonna have an aneurysm. I can't even keep casting this professionally because I'm like, what are you trying to do? Like, what? I don't know if you guys know this, but arc 50% march speed down, 200% damage taken up. What do you think you're gonna carry this? Wait, where? How? At this point, even if this is T5s carrying the arc, T1s will kill you. What? And Heroes keeps bringing marches here. Heroes keeps bringing... Oh, I'm having an aneurysm. I am having a brain, a blood clot in my brain. This is not real. I'm not watching this, right? I am not watching this. This is not real. Chat, drop a pity like for the aneurysm I'm having. Don't you have anything better to do with your marches? Like, I don't know, help get the desert altar. Do something. Like, seriously. Oh my God. And there it is. Right there. Another obelisk occupation. And guess what? The teleports are going to come in real quick. Yeah, maybe. They could. I mean, nobody's doing anything about it. You might as well. And a bunch of people watch my matches, Nordsea. That's the point of casting. Like, if you want to be a serious team, you literally have hours and hours and hours of professional commentating of someone who, unfortunately, isn't in Osiris League anymore because it is what it is, but a top 4 player, a team player in Season 2, a player that played every single... Well, I didn't play last season because, well, Faye. But anyway, every single season... 3 out of 4 seasons played. I've casted every single season, and yet you don't use the information, you don't use the tips and tricks, you don't watch matches. Like, how do you plan on being a good ARC team if you don't, like... Where's Eros? Where's Eros? Find me Eros. I can't send messages in ARC. I might flip. I might flip. I can't send messages in ARC. Oh, well, that's nice. Shoo. Go away, chat. It doesn't let you send messages. I was like, what are you doing? Hello? Thank you. Oh, they have 14 minutes now to hold the ARC. Oh, my. All right. Woosa. Let's get back into serious caster mode. Are you marching home? Tell me you're not. Woosa! Motherfucker, woosa! Oh my God. I can't even handle this. I can't even handle this. Oh, all right. So, K81 are in the attempt to grab a desert altar. There's a good swarm coming in here by them and a rally on its way as well. The rally has to march a little bit around the swarm. Not a big deal because the desert altar will come down. Thank God E-Rose went all the way to the other side of the map because he could definitely not have helped in this swarm right here. That's his, by the way, right next to his city. Right there. But moving on anyway, Desert Altar about to probably be occupied by the red team. They're down bad. They're down 280 points per minute, and they're also down by almost 3,000 points without the arc even being delivered. So you can count that as a 6,000 point right there. In the meantime, the obelisk is blue. And now, guess what? They're doing what they need to be doing, which is hit the cities out of here. At this point, if this guy burns and teleports back, the person that was here, I don't know if you remember, he got teleported back. He's sitting, where is he? Right here. Azrael teleported back. And guess what? He can't come back out because the obelisk doesn't belong to them. For the record, if this happens to you, it'll cost you, I think, 50 gems to extinguish instantly your city and you'll be secured and you'll get to stay. However, you got to do it very quickly because the freaking burn time is very, very quick. So you got to get it done really, really fast. Deadpool is about to get kicked out of here. And all this top side is just going to slowly and steadily crumble if they don't pick this back up and figure out how to get rid of these guys. Good luck getting rid of a 121 million power player now. 10 million power down. While that's happening, though, Desert Altar re-secured by K81, but they still don't have their own Shrine of Life, unfortunately, which is very well defended. War Drums being enabled, Lord knows where. Of course, you War Drum not in the middle, because guess what? There is no middle. Ha 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 ha. The arc wasn't secured. Guess why? Never mind. Desert Altar being swarmed badly. Skills being used on a Desert Altar means that things are really tough. And there's a big, big red presence in here. There's also some very good lost presence in the blue side right here. But they're not, they're going to have to put up a very, very good job to stop all this madness. I don't know if you guys are noticing the red marches are marching around. This is because there are 10 marches right now swarming the building. And so everybody else trying to swarm, it's just going to go around, merry around the rows. If you see your march doing that, you might as well go hit something on the open field, because guess what? You're not hitting the damn building. While that happened, the march that was here died off, but all the marches are still rotating to look for spots around the building. It's almost like Eros could have helped in here too, but instead he went to pick up the arc and reset the timer. But anyway, while that's happening, this guy, and it's not only his fault for the record, but it's definitely not the play you want to be making. It's definitely not the play you want to be making. Also, don't send hate towards the dude. He might be new to the game. He might be new to Arc. Don't be mean to him, okay? I'm allowed to be a little bit mean to him in the context of casting the match, but please don't take it to his private messages and all that. Don't be rude to the guy. Anyway, Shrine of Life being aggressed by K81, trying to get their Shrine of Life back. There's still a swarm here, but it's very weak. It's probably going to go down, and a Genghis Khan rally against a Richard is doing fantastic, considering there's also an open field swarm coming to help. Shrine of Life will more than likely be secured for the team in red, and they really need their building back, because they're down bad. They're down 350 points every single minute, and now 4,000 points, 3,500 points worth of a lead for the team in 903. Speaking of which, 903 needed to lose by 8,300 points in order for K81 to make it through. K81 definitely isn't making it through. I mean, they're now down almost 4,000 points with a 3,000 point arc being banked with 9 more minutes to go. I mean, these guys can literally cause a scenario where only one arc pops. All they need is one more Eros to come in here and restart the timer. That would be really fun. But anyway, iNuke is stuck here, Lost making the correct play. They know that this rally is not going to take out their building. They have the ability to reinforce the building one more time if they need to, but they really don't need to, and they know this. Because they know this, they're allowing iNuke to stay here for a very, 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 very long time. And everybody else who is with him, and is stuck here too. Fantastic play by Lost. That's what you need to be doing. That's how you delay your enemy. Ooh, K81 taking a Shrine of War away from Lost. That's good. Some good news. There is a little bit of a Garrison snafu. There was a Osiris there. Now there's a Saladin in here, but a lot of Lost in here. Points per minute, though, lead decreased to 30 points per minute for the team in blue. And the points themselves are 3,700 points lead for the team in red, who also took their obelisk back. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get a... For the team in red, congratulations for finally taking your obelisk back and teleporting people forward. Guess what? Quinn Mickey is about to dip out of here or extinguish for a few gems. Hey, look at that. Red team, 50 points per minute in the lead now with a points per minute lead and 21 minutes remaining. They're down bad. They're down almost 4,000 points plus add the 3,000 from here, 7,000 points. And the banner of death shows up because... nothing could have made this match better and less tilting than, on top of everything that happened, the banner of death. Look at iNuke. He's still here. We literally went through the whole building, the whole map, showed you a bunch of things that changed. We came back. This man is still here. Let's look at how many marches got stuck here for all this long very quickly. As now it goes down, and watch as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marches finally get to go home. One full player, 3% of the whole red team was stuck in that rally. Think about how impactful that is. Lost taking the Sky Altar back, and they're about to make it tick for points in about 30 seconds. K81 is going to lose their own Sky Altar yet again, and it's going to tick for points for the blue team, which will get them another 150 points. Nah, don't be rude to Eros. Don't do that. Come on. Take it as the smart sportsmanship that it is. Don't make it like that. Anyway, the trash talk is banter and all that's nice, but let's not take it beyond that. Here we go. Sky Altar is about to secure, and bam, 770 points to the 360 points per minute going in favor of the blue team, and they're again once more gaining a lead. Now, what would be highly hilarious if they don't secure the arc after all this? That would be literally tilt freaking city. But so far they have 6 more minutes to hold on to the arc. Holy Monster is sending his Edward up to the front of the Shrine of Life, and there's some open field presence by Holy Monster in here as well, but some of it is a little bit ahead, and it is getting picked off in a 3-1 scenario with a Saladin. However, I don't know why Stompen decided to stop. It gave the opportunity for Holy Monster to pick the march that he wants to hit rather than him really doing damage to the Saladin while he was still ahead of it. And now the rally is in here. Holy Monster is taking care of the open field swarm while the rally is about to hit the building. No idea if this rally has actually the capabilities of taking the building by itself, but it definitely took a little bit of AoE right there. Here comes the rally. Infantry, archers against cavalry. Not looking too hot for the archers, who are now getting swarmed as well and debuffed. Very good job by Stompen. Stompen recognizing the marches he needs to bring on the field with an Ethelfled debuffer, with a Tamaris debuffer, with that El Cid, with Alexander, and a little bit of that Charles Martel in the background is not... Richard in the background is not that buffer or debuffer. But melting away this rally, and then once the rally melts, it's easy to get rid of K81 Holy Monster, who, by the way, you don't necessarily really need to get rid of. You can just leave him here, because this march is almost dead. That march is pointless. That march is pointless. It's going to just swarm the building, and he's going to get killed by the building. You can, of course, try to swarm him out just to make sure the building stays secured, because the building is indeed a little bit yellowish, and there are 4 marches hitting it. But these marches are not very healthy. If you target the healthy marches, there you go. Target that Ethelfled first, that very healthy, very debuffy Ethelfled, and then you go after the El Cid, which has a Tamaris in the background, a debuffing Tamaris. I don't know if you noticed it. The arrows, there she is right there. And so, got to get rid of the debuffers first and foremost, and then let the building do its job, as Holy Monster is probably going to hold. Not. Losing the Sky Altar, 2-minute occupation for K81, who are now down almost, well, not almost, 5,200 points, 5,300 points. Add to that the 3,000 points banked by Smelly Skelly, who will at any moment put this in at 170 points per minute. They're also gaining more of a lead. 17 minutes remaining in this match. All we can say to the folks in K81 is congratulations on the top 32 placement. Top 32 is not easy, but as the good old song says, na 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 na, na 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 na, goodbye. Because this is not a performance of a team that is looking to make it to the top 16. This is a lot of small mistakes being made, a lot of miscommunication, a lot of nerves potentially in here, because to make it to this place, to make it to this position, these guys they're not rookies, okay? They're not scrubs. They know what they're doing. They made it to the top 32. They didn't get wrecked in the process. They have a solid team, but it looks like a little bit of things didn't work out their way, and some people kind of tilted off, and some people try to be a hero to make hero plays. And as a result of that, kind of things started crumbling. They were doing really, really, really good in the beginning, but you can see that at some point, there is a tilt point, and once they went through that tilt point, there was no coming back. I think that the obelisk had a major play. As soon as the obelisk was given out for free and not taken back instantly, giving out the obelisk for free, Stormkiller, is not the end of the world, but not grabbing it back, especially when you gave it out for free and no rally came in, just a 64k march, nuisance march came in and took it, and nobody even considered tapping the building to see what's in it. And it got occupied, which allowed 2 blue cities to teleport in here and cause all of this. All these 2 cities, look at how many marches they are keeping busy. And I feel like K81 at this point, they're like, yeah, match over. I mean, this man, Holy Monster, is rallying King Kong. And that's technically not a bad play. You have cancer among you. Not really cancer, but you get my point. You have some opposition inside your camp. You're going to have to get rid of them, or else they're just going to keep being a pain in the butt. However, King Kong, with a good garrison, 90 million power player, is going to require all this presence and more to be able to burn and get out of here. King Kong can also extinguish, and the moment he does, you got to burn him again. And there goes another city that got nuisancely removed by these people in blue. Again, for the record, he can literally extinguish, and that'll cost him, I think, like 50 gems or 100 gems. Not that many gems. It's definitely worth it for his position, because he is right now murking the points system. All this swarm is giving him major points. I don't see... yes, I do see. Okay, so he does have a YSG, which is giving him all the points. If you ask me, the second you burn, you go extinguish that and make them suffer. Because look at how many people are now focused on just getting rid of you right here. They're not even caring about the 101 million power player who lost 29 million power in the process of being here. Oh, Lord. And so, I mean, King Kong can probably, if he really wants to, he can hit that 500k point, no problem. Just keep extinguishing your own, building your own thing. 200 gems. This player, I have no doubt in my mind that he has 200-300 gems that he can spare for the MVP award, which he currently holds pretty well. Atrocious has a problem because nobody's swarming him. He's swarming back stuff, but I mean, Atrocious is doing everything he can while King Kong is getting 10 freaking people to swarm him nonstop. Let's see if he extinguishes or if he allows himself to dip out of here. Let's see, momentarily we'll see if he gets teleported back. He shouldn't if he extinguished, but not necessarily into something that he might want to do. Again, I would personally do it. I have done it before. I have teleported into enemy territory and extinguished until I ran out of troops to defend my city. It cost me like 300 or 400 gems total, and it was completely worth it because the amounts of points I got was stupendously good, and the amounts of... It looks like he did it. Yeah, it looks like he did it. He would have been teleported out of here by now. His city does look like it is burning, but it's not really burning. I think he extinguished because, I mean, he's still here. We'll see momentarily if he gets teleported out, but he shouldn't get teleported out. I think he oh, there he goes. Never mind. He did not extinguish. See ya, King Kong. You don't want to be MVP? I would have wanted to. I'm telling you right now, I've done it. I would have definitely done it again. At this point, freaking K81 doing everything they can. Look at that! Heroes found the right target, the desert altar. That's what we want to see out of you. Swarming the desert altar with 4 marches is looking very, very nice. That desert altar will go down away from Lost's hands yet again. Lost secured and delivered the Ark finally, probably like a minute and a half ago. I didn't even pay attention to that. Ark will pop in 6 minutes, so there's one more Ark. They could keep it just to get a bigger like victory. They could just not care for it because even at this point, 12,000 point, call it 11,000 point lead is not really going to be affected by a 3,500 point Ark in a game where they are 220 points per minute in the lead every single minute. Lost, making sure the boys of TOC are secured, and Lost and TOC from 903 are both coming out of the same group, from the same kingdom, from the same freaking realm, out of the same galaxy, on the same universe, on planet Earth. I mean, 2 teams coming out of the same exact group, first and second, has been heard of before, but it's extremely tough. And these guys pulled through big time with what looks like a 3-2-1 victory, with Lost going out in first place, and TOC second place in this group. K81 are marching towards the middle. That is not a surprise. And so are, by the looks of it, a little bit of Blues. Honestly, like 12,000 points lead and 10 minutes remaining. Let's put it this way. There are 1,180 points total on the map. I don't know if you guys know this. If you own all the buildings, there's 1,180 points every single minute. If the Lilith admins decide they want K81 to win and instantly give them right now all the map and all the buildings, they still might not have enough points per minute left in 10 minutes to close this gap. Add to that the Ark, which if they take the Ark and all of the buildings, they can win. If they take the Ark and some of the buildings and no points anymore for the blue team and there's provisions, then they can win. But Lost is coming for the middle. They don't care. They want to grab this Ark. 30 points per minute every single minute. They're still gaining a gap, which is now at 12,300 points. And I mean, Chad, if you're enjoying this cast, don't forget to drop a like. We had a little bit of an aneurysm moment. We had a little bit of a snafu moment. And boy, that was hilariously funny. I'm hoping that you guys enjoy a little bit the comedy and entertainment out of a match that isn't necessarily the most high skill, high level, high intensity match out there, but we're still going to respect both teams and finish casting this match through and through. But I would appreciate it if you smash that like. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe down below. We do this every single week, and from next week on, I mean, we're going to cast all 4 times zones potentially, depending on, what comes out of in the playoffs, because Unfortunately, my team squad did not make it to the top 16 today, and therefore we get to spectate the rest of the season, which is not terrible. It happens. It is what it is. Shout out to the squad. NT. Yes, sir. If you guys have any questions, any comments, anything like that, please let me know in the comments right now. I will answer as many of them as I can. If you have some strategy questions, if you have some things you want to know mechanics-wise in Ark of Osiris, this is a time to ask. We're not going to GG them just yet, Zerif. We're going to wait a couple minutes. Let the last couple of minutes roll by, and then we'll properly and formally GG everybody and congratulate the folks of what's their face? 903 of Lost. I almost lost their name. See what I did there? Haha. Yeah, haha. So yeah, not the most, I would say, heavily spectated match either, but there's definitely plenty of things you can learn out of this match. LIG made it. They did. Good job, you guys. Lost. Good job, Lost. You made our kingdom very proud. Yeah, they're doing very well. Yeah, it is what it is, Dollar. It is what it is. LIG by tomorrow should be in second place. Oh, there's a brawl in middle. To the death? God damn. By both teams. God damn. They're looking to go ham, boys. Boys. Who am I, who did I imitate just there? Someone has to know who I just imitated. Terribly, because my throat hurts and I can't do his... Boys! Oh, there it is. That was good. That was better. Next match for you is JST. Ooh, that's going to be a fun one. Good fight from Kingdom 81. We really got good with the commanders. Was really good with the commanders they have. Yeah, I think, I'm not going to lie to you. I think that playing in the early realms is extremely, extremely interesting because your commander pool is very limited and it really comes down to strategy. It truly comes down to strategy. Nobody knows who I just imitated when I said boys. Really? Really? Are you guys not cultured? YouTube cultured? What would happen if an enemy team take an obelisk in 2-3 TP? Well, that pretty much happened here. When you have people that teleport to the other side, they can do what Atrocious is doing right there. What they do is they teleport forward and they can do one of two things. Number one, they can continually keep harassing your obelisk with 5 marches nonstop, which will require you to divert a lot of attention into making sure you keep your obelisk secured. And number two, which is the even worst part, is they can start hitting cities like they did. And when your city gets hit and you burn for I think it's like 20 seconds. If you're burning for 20 seconds, you're going to get booted out of the teleport spot and you're going to get sent back home. So when a couple of big players come in, it's trouble for people who teleported up and it's trouble for maintaining the obelisk. It is extremely important not to allow that to happen because that's pretty much, I mean, Atrocious started with 134 million power and he lost all of this power being a nuisance on the obelisk. He literally won this match. Him and King Kong won this match for Lost. Lost played amazingly, don't get it wrong. But with these guys being here, they diverted so much of the attention and in general, the presence of mind of K81 back into that obelisk, which they completely had no presence of mind in to the point where 64K March took it. That it just tilted them completely off. And again, blue team holding on to the Ark. I imitated Ludwig. Y'all don't know who Ludwig is? I'm like, you guys don't know who Ludwig is? After my stream, go on YouTube, type Ludwig, Ludwig, one of the better content creators out there. Also, the most subscribed ever on Twitch, but he streamed for 30 days straight. Well, he took like 5-minute breaks because Twitch would stop the stream every 3 days. But yeah, he slept, ate, worked out, did everything on stream for 30 days. So yeah, none of you watched Ludwig, huh? That's how he starts his YouTube channel, his YouTube videos. He has this intro song and he says, "Boys," and then he starts. You were close? Yeah, Bill Cosby, definitely close. Sexual harasser versus, well, you were close, I guess. All right, boys and girls, 3.5 minutes remaining in the match and the Ark carrying its way back to the Shrine of War. I feel like it is time for us to get these GGs in the chat. Let's get those GGs in the chat. Congratulations to Lost and well played to K81, who made it to the top 32 this season, but their run in Osiris League has come to an end with an 18,000 point loss. While they're, you know, chilling, doing their thing now, just this is all about over. Who's my favorite Rise of Kingdoms YouTuber to watch? I would probably say Drago. I'd say Drago. And out of the more recent ones, I watch both Redline and Bulba quite a bit. But out of the OGs, I guess, the OGs, I would say Drago. You've been liking Wick lately. Nice. Jago's underrated. You really have a talented commentary. Thank you, Mr. Pooh. Hopefully more people would come choose to watch us commentate, because I really like to do it. And you can see, you guys are a testament to the fact that we keep the spirit going, we keep the pace of the match. A lot of people think that commentating is just like, say a couple of things, look at the chat, say a couple of things, look at the chat, right? But as a commentator, you need to, your job is not only to say what's going on in the map, but also to be able to maintain a pace and essentially create an environment, right? The caster doesn't only say, oh, this is what's wrong, that's what's wrong. The job of a caster, in my opinion, and this is why I like casting with Drago, because he agrees with that as well, is that you got to maintain a good pace and you got to maintain a good rhythm, and you got to know when you accelerate your talk, when you slow down your talk, when you focus on specific things, when you make a few jokes. What are the times in which you can throw a couple of tips or technical things? A lot of people think that casting is just watching the match and pointing out what's going on, right? But it's a matter of being able to tell the story. I am essentially the voice of this story. And so telling you what you see on the screen is not enough. I need to keep you engaged. I need to keep you entertained. I need to keep you wanting to wonder whether this building is going to go down or not, even though it's a fairly close match. But as you can see, there's a swarm coming in. If the red team, and when you do these kinds of things, you build expectations, you build tensions, that's the job of a caster, right? And a lot of casters, at least, well, Chisco does it too fairly well. Chisco focuses more on the technical side, which is where his strength is, commander pairs and stuff like that. And he also very clearly narrates very well. I don't really know. I've seen Fleischcast, I've seen Bulbacast, and what I like to do is I like to be the storyteller. I like to keep you guys engaged and entertained with my commentary. And make jokes, like the aneurysm thing was actually fairly hilarious. Like I was holding back not to laugh and maintain composure and character while aneurysming on the, like you can hear my voice is dying like from this. And my voice literally just went, my voice literally just like, oh, hello, this is your end right there. GG's lost with a very, very, very strong victory. 80 million total kills. For the record, I can promise to you, I don't like Chisco. I do. I said I do. It's why I like when Chisco casts as well, because Chisco is more technical. Why would you say I don't like Chisco? When did I ever say it? Anyway, 80 million kills, for the record, is not on the field. Those 80 million kills are literally the two dudes that stayed in the blue or in the red outpost, obelisk, and literally just murked people left and right. I mean, they killed millions and millions and millions of kills. I can promise to you, if we could look at the stats of the players, you would see the guy, Otto and King Kong, literally probably both of them combined. 10% of these kills are both of them combined. I would guess. 10% of these kills are both of them. 81's provision score. Non-existent. It's just a shame. It's just a real shame. They're just not there yet. But that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody's been here for 4, 5, 6 seasons. 4 seasons. These guys might be new altogether to Osiris League. This might not be a first. This might not be the biggest team they've ever created. It's okay. All there is to do now is to go back to the drawing board, watch the cast, not take the aneurysm too negatively, and just smile about it, and then learn from the mistakes. That's what the casts are here for. But listen, boys and girls, I'm gonna head out of here. It's been a blast casting with you guys at 19 UTC, brought to you by Gecko Gaming. Yet again, don't forget to drop a like, hit that subscribe down below. 81 got 81 provisions. That's actually kind of hilariously funny, but also very sad at the same time. Chat, take care. Have a great rest of your night. I appreciate you very much. Shout out from 5:30. Stream the next time is the next time. Oh, heck yeah. Hopefully we'll stream on Wednesday for sure. A couple of videos coming out this week. Until then, I will see you guys on Wednesday's stream. Right? Take care and have a good one. Peace. See ya. Appreciate you all for chilling with us today in a match that was all right. It wasn't the best. Wasn't the worst. We had a little bit of fun along.